our very first Bally Sports Club Arizona Diamondbacks recap for March 30th through April 9th, 2023. I'm Chris Patrick, and joining me today, Michael Benjamin and VSP Tallman, here to break it all down for you. So let's go ahead and get right into it. In the last 2 weeks, the Diamondbacks would start the season with a 6-4 record, securing first place in the division. Now, let's go ahead and take a quick look at how those 2 weeks broke down. First series, we would take on the Los Angeles Dodgers in LA. A 4-game series, we would split 2-2. Next, heading down south to take on the San Diego Padres. A quick 2-game series, we would split that one as well, 1-1. And finally, coming home to take on the Dodgers in a 4-game series, we would win that one 3-1. Now let's pass it over to Mike for a deeper look at those last 2 weeks.
The 2023 campaign started off in La La Land, the Diamondbacks heading to LA to face the dreaded Dodgers. And on the 30th of March, we started off hot, taking a 2-0 lead after the second. But unfortunately, the wheels fell off for first time. Opening day starter Zach Gallen, he pitched 4 2/3 innings, 5 ERA, and 3 walks. The next night, we had Kyle Lewis come in and hit a pinch hit 2-run homer in the 8th after a pinch hit double by Evan Longoria, which sealed the comeback victory, and Andrew Chafin closed the door. Then, in our third game of the series, Mad Bum, as we've unfortunately seen in his time in Arizona, got shelled. 5 runs in the first, including a grand slam to outfielder Trice Thompson. He ended up heading back to Arizona for evaluation after the game when he was complaining about arm fatigue. And then our series finale in the 9th, Christian Walker singled, and Corbin Carroll found his way on the base from a force out. Carroll swiped second for his 3rd steal of the game, and Jake McCarthy sent in the tie-breaking run on a bunt single. His first hit of the year, actually, to help the Diamondbacks split the series against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Then we head to sunny San Diego, and on the 3rd of April, after shutting the door the night before, Scott McGough gives up back-to-back jacks in the bottom of the 9th to pitch hitter David Dahl and second baseman Kim Ha-Sung. Tough one to see. But we ended up splitting the series after Manny Machado was thrown out in the first inning, arguing on the pitch clock, and the Padres blew a 4-run lead to split the series. We'll take it. Then we start our home debut with a tough outing against the Dodgers from Merrill Kelly, who gave up 4 runs over 5 2/3 innings, walking 4 and striking out 4. He fell to 0-10 against the division rival Dodgers and has a 5.70 ERA against them in 14 career starts. But that was it as far as bad tidings for the Diamondbacks. On the 7th, Evan Longoria said, "Screw mentorship. I'm here to produce." As his 6th inning homer, followed by a Carroll solo shot, both off Clayton Kershaw, led the Diamondbacks to their first home win of the season. And then the floodgates opened. On the 8th, the Diamondbacks slapped 17 hits, including a 4-for-4 outing from center fielder Alek Thomas, who started the year 0-for-16. Unfortunately, we did see Diamondback starter Zach Davies leave in the 5th inning on that one with a strained oblique. But we finish off the series with third baseman Josh Rojas and his 2nd straight 3-hit game. DH Pavin Smith drove in 3 runs, and the Dbacks were scorching hot again, gathering 16 hits in the series finale to take the series 3-1. What a way to start for the Diamondbacks this year. Been some up and downs, but super excited to see where this team continues to go. Currently sitting at the top of the NL West. I don't know if we thought it was going to happen this early or if we thought it was going to happen ever. But Tallman, I got to know, how have you been feeling about these Diamondbacks to start the season?
Oh, baby. What a weekend of baseball for the Diamondbacks. The bats are alive, man. The bats are alive. It was incredible. I was very scared watching those first 5 games against the Dodgers when, we scored 9 runs. The last 3 games, we've scored 29 runs in those 3 games against the Dodgers. So, man, I was getting scared. That small ball is really coming out, but oh, man, if we can keep this going, what a great start to the season. We're sitting here crying about our matchup against the Dodgers, but look at that, 6-4, and we kicked their ass. So incredible stuff. Only 1 blown save so far, and you named it, from McGough. He blew our first save of the season here, but hey, the only thing that's really worrying me is that bullpen. We haven't seen them fully collapse yet, I don't know how this whole closer by committee is going to work out, but I guess we're going to find out here pretty soon. So good start to the season.
Yeah, I share those concerns, Tallman, about the bullpen, but also our starting pitching hasn't been great. Just looking at some of these stats from the first three series, Zach Gallen pitched 10 and 2/3 innings, struck out 10, which is good, but also gave up 9 runs. So he's pretty much given up almost 1 run per inning. And at a certain point, that's just not going to get it done. Of course, we know Madison Bumgarner and his struggles, and I think they're going to have to make some moves if they continue to be competitive and sit atop the standings here. Little fun fact, I was noticing that it's the first time since 2018 the Diamondbacks have been first in the division for more than one day. So take that with what you will. I know it's early, just 10 games in, a lot more to go, but we're going to keep a close eye on it doing these bi-weekly recaps. Just to highlight some other stats of players here in the last 2 weeks, we had Lourdes Gurriel Jr. with 8 hits in 35 at-bats, a triple, a double, and 5 RBIs. Not too bad. Geraldo Perdomo, 7 hits in just 16 at-bats with 3 doubles, a dinger, and 4 walks. So showing patience at the plate as well as the ability to make contact. Like you said, Tallman, the bats are alive. Christian Walker, he had 7 hits in 37 at-bats with a home run himself and 4 RBIs. So these are some guys I'm going to keep a close eye on and see where we kind of go from here. But there's some other guys I think we had our eye on. So I'll pass it over to Mike first to share his player of the recap.
Oh, baby. I had to go with the old man on the block, third baseman Evan Longoria. He only played in 5 games to start the season, but he's batting .429, has 2 home runs, 2 RBIs, 4 extra base hits, and 2 multi-hit games. And another fun fact, he's hitting 1,000 at home. That is the smallest of sample size, though. He only played in 1 game in this past series, but we'll take it. What a way to start the season. As I said earlier, he said, screw mentorship. You know, people were already asking, what are you here to do? And he said, I'm here to produce. So anything we get from him right now is kind of a cherry on top, and we'll take it. But I love the start of the season from Evan Longoria and obviously the Diamondbacks as a whole. So with that being said, Tallman, I got to know who your player of the recap is.
Man, I feel so bad. If you guys remember, I gave Evan Longoria such a hard time in our baseball season preview. I gave him such a hard time. But I'm with you. Great pick, Mike. I'm going to have to go with Mr. Moneyman, Corbin Carroll. Starting off with 40 at-bats, 10 hits, 4 RBIs, 2 home runs, 5 stolen bases, batting a nice 250. His speed has been incredible. He showcased it very early, as we all expected, with those stolen bases. Over the weekend on Saturday, he had 2, made it look so easy, scoring from second base on 2 singles to center and to right field, and they just have no chance in catching him when he's on second base. He's just my standout player for the recap. I think we're going to see him just explode this season, and he's going to make that contract well worth it.
Absolutely. I mean, between the 3 of us, I think Corbin Carroll might make the bi-weekly player of the recap every week, but we'll have to keep tabs on that. For me, it's got to be my man, Ketel Marte. Him and I were born on the exact same day. And what I love about Ketel Marte is he's been on this team since 2017. I feel like he's one of the only guys left standing. But all of that aside, it's been his performance on the field that I've enjoyed. So far, 9 hits on 37 at-bats, 5 doubles, which is a team high, and a home run to boot. So he's getting on base, he's running fast, and I'm just excited to see what this team and Ketel Marte can do over the course of this entire season. But let's take a look at the games coming up for the Diamondbacks in the next 2 weeks. On Monday, they started a series against the Milwaukee Brewers here at home. That'll be a 3-game series. Next, it'll be over to Miami to take on the Marlins for a 3-game series. Traveling up north to St. Louis to take on the Cardinals for a 3-game stretch, and then back home against the San Diego Padres for a 4-game series. So it's not getting any easier for the Diamondbacks. They're going to have to keep producing, and we're going to keep a close eye on it. Make sure you tune in every 2 weeks as we'll be doing this throughout the season. But for Michael Benjamin and VSP Tallman, I'm Chris Patrick, and we'll see you next time. Peace.